guys planning to move to Canada but aren't sure if that's the right decision for you? Well, we can't decide, but we can share with you our experience as a So after this long list of things we've loved here and things that have made our experience of coming here very pleasant, a few things are there that we've not loved so much. The first point that I'm going to share is something that you all know, and you'll know better when you come here, that you have to do everything by yourself. You are all by yourself here. You get no kind of domestic help. Right from picking up a piece of paper fallen on the floor, to cooking, to cleaning, to laundry, everything you have to do yourself.
And for the guys, it's very difficult because in India we are not used to do the electricity things,
the plumbing,
the
furniture assembly,
installment of electricity things, the furniture assembling by our own. But it was a surprise. It was a shock for us when we went to IKEA and we ordered a very nice sofa set. And
a huge sofa set.
Yeah, huge. It was huge. And on the day of the delivery, in the morning, it arrived around 10 a.m. And when I opened the door, I was very excited that we finally got a sofa set. And they just gave us 4 boxes, huge boxes, all packed. And they just said that, okay, sir, sign it and we are going. I was like, who will assemble this huge sofa? I don't know anyone who will do this. And when I looked online, they were charging $100 for just assembling the sofas, and it's very expensive to get any domestic help or any assembling on anything.
Yeah, labor costs here are immense. It can sometimes cost you more than the thing itself.
Yes.
So the labor here is very expensive. So you have to learn to do everything by yourself. It is actually a good thing in a way as well, because you
I bought my tools. I did it.
You do things that you never do in your own country. You become independent. You just do things according to your own schedule, and slowly you learn things and you become a master at everything. Plumbing, you become an electrician, and you even become a bellboy. Like we did on our trip to Niagara. Yeah.
But initially you will be irritated by all these things. It's very difficult to do.
Yeah, it's going to bother you. Especially if you're coming from India, it's going to bother you.
Yeah. So the second thing which we also discussed in the positive things is the weather. It's too cold sometimes. Even right now my lower jaw is freezing. I'm not able to speak properly. It's -20 at this, -15 or -20 at this point of time. We are standing out just to make a video for you guys. But yeah, initially you will face difficulties. Sometimes it's difficult to drive in this weather.
Yeah.
The roads are slippery. There is snow, there is ice on the roads, and it's difficult sometimes. When we went to Niagara Falls, you might have seen in our previous video on Asmara's birthday, and we had to come back. We had to cancel our plans, our trip. It spoiled our daughter's birthday. But it's part of Canada life. It's part of Canadian life. The weather, we will have to accept it. And I think now we are comfortable. We have our jackets. It's very warm. Even in -20, it doesn't feel like -20. I'm not wearing a cap though.
Yeah.
But still, it's difficult sometimes, this weather.
And the heating system. The heating systems here definitely make life easy and bearable, and conditions really livable for you, because when you're inside the house or inside a mall or inside an office, you really do not feel anything. You're in your t-shirts and everything. So heating systems make life easy. But the weather outside, like the winters, are really harsh. So if you're coming in winters, do come prepared with all your winter clothes and a lot of strength here.
Yeah.
Because things really get difficult at times when there's a storm hitting or a few conditions. There are storms every now and then, every single day. So yeah, initially we used to make a big fuss about it, that it's a storm hitting Ontario, but now it's like,
now we are comfortable.
Yeah, it becomes a part of your life.
And it's also in winters, it's very dull. Now it's getting better, but initially in December and January at 4 p.m. or 4:30 p.m. it looks like
sunset.
It's night.
Yeah.
It's not even sunset. It's like everyone is sleeping in their houses. It looks like that. So when you get on the road, there's no one. In the residential area, there is no one standing.
You really can't know your neighbors if you're shifting in winters, because there is hardly anyone out for even a minute other than it's utmost required.
And there are not much things to do in this weather.
Unless you are a winter sports.
Another negative point, or the point that we didn't like, I would love to share is in your initial struggle when you'll not be earning in dollars, it's expensive as compared to other countries, or as compared to India. It's very expensive to buy grocery, to buy food, to buy anything in this country. It's very, very expensive. So be prepared, don't get shocked. But it's only for the initial time. Once you start earning in dollars, when you are settled in this country, according to people who are living here since years, they say that it's very cheap, it's very affordable, food is very cheap for them. So I'm also hoping that we will also start earning good money. This will be cheap for us.
So a tip here is to come with a little bit of savings if you can. Prepare financially and mentally for this initial struggle phase. You do get survival jobs here very easily, which can really help you in this initial phase when you're preparing for, you're maybe planning to study or going for that big job offer in your own field. Survival jobs are available, so you can do them. So that's a good point here. And
it's advised
to be a little mindful of your finances before coming here, because initially it is going to cost you a lot
of money.
Next thing, that all the immigrants that have moved to different parts of the world, it's not just about Canada, but if you're moving to any other country as well, that is negative about migrating is that you really miss your family and friends. You miss them every single day, but you do miss them most on special occasions when it's a festival here. You really miss your family and friends. Initially when you come here, you're all by yourself. You do not have many people to look up to and to talk to. So that is a very mentally testing time. Another thing is that the time difference between Canada and India is such that you have very limited hours to talk on, even on telephone, to India. So throughout the day it's night in India, so you cannot call your family or friends. So you feel really lonely in the initial days. You'll definitely get used to it. We are getting used to it and we have come over that fact, but yeah, it is very depressing at times, and you really miss your family. Another thing that is going to bother a few people who are especially looking to go into jobs is that the taxes are very high in Canada. You really pay a large chunk of your salary in taxes here. All those taxes definitely help the government to pay for all the benefits and all the subsidies to all of us, and to give us all the beautiful facilities that we have in this country. But yeah, it is going to pinch you when you are going to give a large part of your salary into taxes. So yeah, taxes are very high in Canada.
But if you're already working in your country, you're already paying high taxes. In India also taxes are high. But when you come to Canada, the amount of money that you take home after deducting everything is quite low. And if you are coming to this country just to become rich and to earn a lot of money, trust me guys, it's difficult. It's very difficult. Yeah, people do.
The chances are very high. Like people lead a very comfortable and good standard of living here, but it is going to take a little time because the savings are definitely on the lower end here. So it's going to take a little bit of time for you.
And the last negative part is the transportation. It's very difficult to go from a place A to a place B without a car. In Toronto, in downtown area, the transportation is better, the bus service is better. There are subways there. But if you're living in Brampton or north side of Ontario, the bus service is a little bit slower. And in this weather, if you need to go from your house to the bus stand or the bus stop, oh my god, it's too hard, it's too difficult. And we experienced it. If you remember that in the initial days when we didn't have the license to drive and we didn't have our car, it was very difficult for us to go.
Especially with a kid.
Yeah, I remember on our anniversary, oh man, the wind is making it's difficult to talk. So on our anniversary, we tried to go to downtown Toronto, but through bus. but we couldn't even reach there. It was a 1.5 hour and we had to change 4 buses, and we just gave up on the way and we came back home. So it's very difficult. We really miss autos and rickshaws and all those cheap services that
It's
are
not as
available.
convenient. It's quite inexpensive here. The buses, you can track all those buses on your navigation system on your phone. So that way it's quite convenient. But the services are not very well, like available, in all the parts. So that makes transportation without a car, life without a car, very difficult here.
The major problem comes when you need to commute only a small distance, like 1 kilometer or 600-700 meters. In India, we used to have rickshaws and autos.
Even the taxis in India are quite cheap. They're quite inexpensive, but the taxi service here is very, very expensive. You cannot afford to ride a taxi every single day to work, or so that is not an option for you.
Yeah, Uber is expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive.
So let's end up this video.
Yeah.
We have discussed everything about Canada that we have experienced.
So far, yeah, we've tried to share each and every point, and we definitely cannot make a decision if moving to Canada will be a good choice for you. But I hope this video really helps you in reaching to that decision and giving you a clarity on at least the initial life here in Canada.
So guys, please like this video if you loved watching the experiences, and subscribe to our channel and share with your friends who are also moving to Canada or planning to move to Canada, and just mention your experiences, whatever you as new immigrants experienced in this country, in the comments. And if you want to ask anything, just leave in your comment section and we'll be happy to help you. All the best, guys.
So till next time, bye bye.
Bye bye.